Wow. My black is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning here on Weekend Express, we want to talk about the issue of colorism, bleaching, and more so the misconception of beauty, especially towards dark-skinned women in society. My panel this morning that you will see on my far end, I have Diana Mayonde. She is an artist as well as an entertainer. In the middle, I have Polly Mamu, who is an art director. And closer to me, I have Joanne Kuria, who is the founder of Double X Agent. The team behind it who are choosing to talk about this conversation here in society. Ladies, good morning and thank you so much for being on KT. You guys are so beautiful. Let's just start there. Let me begin with Joanne. Why is this, should I say, this project, why did you come up with Double X? Why did you feel the need for it, for you to start this conversation?
Yeah. Well, so Double X Agenda is a platform, an online platform, and our aim is to start conversations.
Right.
As the name suggests, Double X from biology is XX chromosome, which means female. So we're all about having conversations about women, those ones that you have in chamas, behind closed doors, those ones that really irk you, that really make you pissed off, or stuff that is really passionate. So we wanted to have it all. And I think one of the things that women face is image. Image is everything for women. And colorism is a thing that is very much in the domain that people don't necessarily talk about. So it simmers, and you see a lot of dynamics over, you're not rangi athao, you're darker. Then are you deemed beautiful by this society that places a certain complexion above the rest? So that was the genesis.
I was having this conversation with a friend of mine earlier this week, and me being a woman as well, and a chocolate-skinned woman, it didn't hit me until I was told that it's actually an offense when you say you're beautiful for someone who is black. You're so pretty for a dark-skinned woman.
I know.
Polly, your thoughts on that? I mean, we say it so innocently, and maybe it comes from a good part in your heart, but it's offensive if you think about it. You're so beautiful for a dark-skinned woman.
Because what does that mean?
Right.
Does that mean that an African woman is not beautiful? What's their definition of beautiful? What's your definition of beautiful? It could be different things. To someone else, it could be the physique. Are they the hourglass that we term as the full African woman? Or are they the size 8, the size 6? Or is it now where you actually get people who their faces and their necks and their hands are not the same, like it's not balanced. But then does that mean that they're not beautiful?
Right.
So what's your definition of beautiful?
And that's the thing. That's a good question. Diana, society has sort of narrowed down what beauty is. Straight hair, skin tone, slim, etc. But that conversation is starting to change, and you can see it on social media. For example, on Instagram, a lot of pictures that you see nowadays are of dark-skinned women, and they're talking about how chocolate is good for you and so forth. But why do you think, even here in the African continent, we as black people need to start having to change our stereotypes, to change our way of thinking of what we consider beauty to be? Yeah.
Well, I think it's important because you cannot live your life under the impression that you're inferior in any way, because if you go into the world thinking that you're less than, chances are you're going to create a life that is less than because of your mindset. So it's so important to see yourself in a beautiful way, to think that you're beautiful, even before anybody tells you, to celebrate your melanin, to celebrate who you are. Because if you go into the world with that mindset, then you're adding value to the world. So the world cannot give you value. You have to give yourself that value, and then now you're in a position to bless the world, I think. Yeah.
If you're watching at home, we'd really love for you to be part of this conversation, be it from a man's perspective or from a fellow woman's perspective. Our phone lines will be displayed at the bottom of your screen, rather. We'd really love for you to call in and participate in this conversation of colorism. Mayonde, there's one, when we played that video for trailer, there's one thing that caught my eye.
Yes.
And it said, do light-skinned women have it easier in showbiz? I'm going to begin with you because that's sort of your area of expertise.
Exactly.
Do light-skinned women have it easier in showbiz?
So this is my thinking. Initially, I thought that, of course, it's because they're more beautiful, they're deemed more beautiful, so they get these jobs. But now, when I go back to the root, I think it's because they're more confident. So they go for the opportunities because they believe they're beautiful, they believe in themselves. So they are daring enough to go and say, I deserve this position. But some of us who have darker skin tones, we're not as confident. But it's because we've not been affirmed as much in society. So it really comes down to how you see yourself because of your environment. So I will say they've had it easier because society believes they're more beautiful, but there's also a rise of dark-skinned girls in media. There's more chocolate women, and I believe it's because they believe in themselves to go out and get the opportunities. But if you're already thinking that, oh man, this is not for me because I'm a dark-skinned girl, so I can't be on TV, you've already locked yourself out of the opportunity. So it's about how you see yourself.
And Joanne, I love the aspect that she said that it's because our light-skinned sisters are more confident when it comes to asking for a salary increment, when it comes to going for a job promotion.